Hi guys, it's the Unknown Simmer. Welcome back to my channel. Today's episode is going to be how to create a sim. And if you haven't watched the previous episodes, you should go and watch the other 2 episodes of the Beginner's Guide, because it is going in order of how the game is played, basically. It's basically like a guide on how to play the game, so it's worth watching those videos first before jumping into this one. As soon as you go into create a sim mode, or because in this instant I clicked on a new game, so it pops up with this screen, and I'm going to tell you how everything works on this screen. So the first part is over here. This is the sim's identity, so you can put their name into this box here. I'm going to do a random one. Samara, that's a lovely name. Samara Loomis. You can change pronouns here. I don't actually play with this, but you can. For the purpose of the video, I'll do she or her. And then here is the gender. Gender. So she's a female. If she was a male, it would be male, but we're going to do a female because I'm a female. So let's just do that. And then under female, you have customize. This is where you can customize the sim's sexual orientation, gender preferences, and romantic boundaries. So physical frame, she's feminine. If you want her physical frame to be masculine, you'd click masculine. That's maybe for like if your character is maybe transgender, you can explore those options, because she would be a female, but she would look like maybe she's in the process of transitioning to feminine body. I don't know, but anyway, feminine and masculine are the physical frames. Clothing preferences, feminine. You can do masculine, obviously, if that's what you want for your sim, but she's going to be feminine for this video. This sim will be able to become pregnant. You can also decide if you don't want your sim to get pregnant, and if you want them to get others pregnant. Obviously, that I don't know if that's going to work because she doesn't have a PP, but anyway, I'm just going to keep it to the standard stuff. So, become pregnant. Can the sim produce milk? Yes. Can the sim use the toilet standing? No. And in sexual orientation, this sim is romantically attracted to men. You could do men and women. You could do just women, but we'll do just men for this one. This sim is exploring romantically, yes or no? We'll do yes. If it's no, if she's not romantically exploring, it's a long day for anyone that tries to talk to her. Basically, she's not going to be interested, long story short. Interested in woohoo. Woohoo is obviously when you're under the covers doing naughty things. She's going to be interested in just men because she's romantically attracted to just men. But obviously, like it was already ticked, you can have both, or you can have one or the other, or you can have none as well. And then romantic boundaries is this sim feels jealous if any romantic partner engages in non-physical romance with another sim. If her partner was flirting, she would be jealous because it says yes. If it was a no, she wouldn't be jealous if her partner was flirting. This one's if her partner's engaged in physical romance. So if her partner kisses someone, will she be jealous? Yes. If you don't want it to be jealous, no. Will the sim feel jealous if the partner engages in woohoo with other sims? You can, once again, yes or no. And this sim's jealousy triggers can be changed by talking about it with another sim. If you click no, she's strict with whatever it is. If you click yes, then things could change, basically. So that's that. This is the ages in the game. So there's infant. She's not a cute baby, unfortunately. Then there's a toddler. Oh, she's a cute toddler, though. And then there's a child. Then there's a teen. Then there's a young adult. There's not really much of a difference between teen and young adult. I guess it gave her a bit more weight and a bit more droopier boobs as a young adult. Then adult, obviously, they gave her a bit more curves. And then elder, they always make the elders like very droopy, hunchback. But she looks good as an elder. Some elders look really, hunchbacked and everything. And they always give them big bellies, but she's good. They haven't given her a big belly this time, so yeah. And then we've got the walking styles. So there's this normal walking style that every sim has. Well, most sims have. Then you can change the walking style to whatever you want your sim to walk like. The only one I ever play with is feminine walk. and default walk. I don't like the others because you don't really want your sim walking around like this. Like, I don't know. Maybe you do want your sim to walk around like that, but I don't. But for this one, I'll do feminine. And then this button here is if there was another person in the household. So I'm going to add someone just quickly. So they could be roommates. They could be household members. Sorry, not roommates. Household members, mother, sister, spouse, engaged, or partner. The difference is partners, obviously, if you're like boyfriend and girlfriend. Spouse is if you're married. Engaged is if you're engaged. Do you know what I mean? And then everything else is very, very self-explanatory. There's a romance dynamic if they were engaged, which I think comes with a pack. I don't think this is with the base game. I'm not too sure. But yeah, we're gonna remove the sim just because we don't need her. So that's that. And this part here is for the voice. So you can make her voice sound sweet. You can change the way the voice sounds, basically. If you want it deep or if you want it squeakier, high-pitched or low-pitched. And then we've got aspirations and traits. So aspirations are all here. I think with the packs you have, you get more. So for example, wellness comes with spa day. Animals come with cats and dogs, for example. You can also get custom traits as well. So if you had like base mental mods, I know they have like a drug one. But yeah, obviously they're all different types of things depending on how you want your Sim's personality to be and your Sim's aspiration. This is like their end goal. So what do you want your Sim to work towards? Do you want them to be into nature? Do you want them to be like an eco-innovator, a country caretaker? There's so many different things, especially like I said, if you have more packs, you have more things. But for her, she gives me... What vibe does she give me? Creative, I think. Yeah, let's make her master maker. And then the traits, obviously there's so many different traits. Also with the traits, you get more with the packs you have. But with this one, I'm just going to click randomize because I can't bother it. But you can go through them. And for example, if you click on neat, it will do like an animation for neat. She's also a freegan, whatever that is. These Sims reject consumerism and prefer to reduce wasteful spending by any means. Oh, okay. They enjoy finding reused or thrown away goods and foods. In fact, they have the best luck at finding the highest quality treasures in dumpsters. Okay. And you know with traits as well, it does help your Sim in-game with different things. So she's a maker. If your Sim was in-game, they'll be good at like crafting. They'll be good at woodworking, woodworks, candle making, just... You know what I mean? If they were a dog lover, they'll be really good with dogs. If they were a bro, they'll be good at... It tells you anyway. It says literally they'll gain confidence around the bros and become confident from watching sports, for example. Evil will be happy whenever someone's angry around them, or if something evil happens, they will be happy. All the different things will change how your Sim is in the game. So yeah, just keep that in mind. You can also pick a cause of death, which I never ever pick, but anyway, the options are there if you want to do that. Then we've got preferences, which is like favorite color. You can say if she likes blue or if she dislikes blue, brown, if she likes brown or dislikes brown. You can do it with all of them. And then I don't actually normally do this because I don't really have time. But if you have a game where you really care for your Sim and you want to like play it properly, I would recommend doing this. And also the turn-ons and turn-offs. I don't think turn-ons and turn-offs are with the base game. So it's just things to play around with. So that's basically it in terms of this section here. That's her identity that we just created. Then I'm going to go to this section, which obviously we kind of touched on a bit. But this is where you can add other Sims to the household. So you can do genetics, where you can add a family member, child, sibling, or parent. You can also add a twin if you wanted to. So you could go to sibling and then add a twin or randomize a brother. You can change the age as well. If we do it as a twin, it does age it down to the age that she's at currently. And then obviously you can change the gender here if you want to. You can also add pets to the house. That's if you had another pet to do the genetics with, but there's no other pet here. We can do cats, dogs, or horses if you have the horse ranch pack. But we're not gonna add a horse or any animal or anything. And then we've got the Sims from the gallery, which you can add from the gallery. So with the gallery, I did touch on it briefly in my first video in the overview of the Sims game, where you can download other people's creations. You can also upload your own creations on there as well. So literally there's so many Sims out here. Like this girl, for example, someone called Mariam made her, so you can just put her in your game if you want to. You can merge it or you can replace it. If you merge it, she's obviously merged into the household. If you replace it, then Samara would be gone and it will be Leah. But we're going to get rid of Leah, even though she's gorgeous. Shout out to Mariam for that gorgeous sim. And then we've got the occult sims, which I never played with, aliens or mermaids or merfolks. I don't ever play with these. I don't really, like, it's not my type of style, but some people do like playing with them, so you can do that. And obviously the same thing would go with alien. If you want to be an alien, let me just show you what it looks like. Crazy. But we're not going to do that. She also has a disguise, and the mermaid also has a disguise, which I forgot to show you. But yeah, they can also be humans. But we're going to get rid of this alien. Then we've got pets, which is just normal pets without genetics. If you just wanted to add a normal dog, and then you can obviously edit the dog with all these different things. I'm not going to go into it because I'm really just talking about creating a sim, not creating a pet. So if you have cats and dogs and you want me to do a tutorial on how to create a cat and a dog, let me know. But I don't think anyone's going to care for that. But like I said, if you want that, let me know in the comments. And then add a new sim is where it gives you a random sim, where, like, the same way she was random, it will be another random sim. You can also change, actually no, let's not do that yet. So you can decide if you want to keep him like that. Obviously if you don't, you can change him through the options, which I'll show you shortly. And then the last one is to add a sim via a story. So this will pop up where you can literally fill in the details. For example, if you want a young adult, you read the questions and then you answer it with what you want the sim to be like, basically. So at the end of when you get to the book, then your sim will be created for you. So how do I get co-workers to listen to me? Excite them with grand ideas, tell them jokes, or threaten to fire them. So I'm going to do threaten to fire them. Then it will bring the next question. Whenever I visit the ocean, how do I feel? Right at home, I want to keep swimmers safe, hungry, I love seafood. Going to do that one. What's the first thing I do after a long day of work? I'm going to click next question just to show you guys that you don't have to answer the question that's there. You can go to the next question. Let's just keep clicking them so that we can get to the end and see what type of sim that they make for us. It's too long for me to go through all of it, but this is the sim that they have made with all the answers that I clicked on, whatever answers they were. So whatever I must have clicked on has made her a ghost, which I hate playing with ghosts, by the way. She's a ghost. She's a child of the islands. She's macabre, whatever that means. Embrace your inner darkness. She's evil as well. And then it comes with this story for her. So her career would be a fisherman. Her skill would be mischief. She would also be skilled in fishing, and her starting funds would be normal 20,000. She's actually gorgeous though, but I wish she wasn't a ghost. I hate playing with ghosts, like I said. And her thingy would have been chief of mischief, her aspiration. But yeah, you can obviously play around with that. The story thing is also a very, very good option if you don't know what you're doing with your sim. They just literally like lay it all out on the table for you, which is what they just did there. And then you just have the sim ready to go. And I think they even come up with your preferences and everything for you. So all you have to do is click tick and you're ready to play the game. Now we're going to go to this section down here. So if you click on the arrow, you can randomize certain things. So let's say, for example, we like her face and we like her body shape and her skin tone, yeah? But we don't like everything else. So we just randomize it and it changes it. So it changed her hair, gave her different accessories, different clothes, different makeup. Let's say we don't like that. We want to randomize it again. Once again, different hair, same face, same skin color, same body, but everything else that's ticked is different. But we're going to leave that then. And if you wanted to just do all of it, you can do all of it and it will give you a whole new sim as well. But anyway, we'll go back to this gal because I like her. You can also randomize from the gallery, by the way. So you can just click on that and it will just give you a random person from the gallery. And then it tells you who made the sim, their I think it's like a sim EA identity thing, code that everyone has. And then you can even see like their other things that they've made as well. But shout out to you, player B67, blah, 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 blah. We can do another one just to see. So we have another man this time from someone called Sim Guru Jill. Shout out to you. Anyway, let's get back to the main part of our tutorial, which is to create a sim. So now that we've got the basics, I'm going to show you how to use the tools, or I don't know if you'd call them tools, but I guess I'm going to call them tools for the purpose of the video. So the arrows beside the feet will spin the sim around from left to right. If you have the mouse, you can also do this by clicking on the mouse wheel, holding it down and moving your mouse side to side. You can also use your mouse wheel obviously to go forward by scrolling forward on the wheel and backwards. If you don't have a mouse, you can do it with the Z button to go forward and the X button to go backwards. If you want to spin it, full stop on and comma will spin it for you if you don't have the mouse. Another thing with the mouse is if you click on right click and you hold it down, it does the same thing that the middle scroll button does as well. So let's start off with her face, because I always feel like the head is where it's very technical. So the technical part of creating a sim. If you click on the face, it brings up these options, which is the actual face where you can change the skin tone. As you can see, these are the base game skin colors. You can also get custom content skin colors, this is the faces. So say for example, you don't like the face that you get and you want to change it, or like say you have a really hard sim to edit, like her face comes like this, or like, I don't know, like this, and you're just not feeling it. You can change the face to one of these ones, like this for example, and then you can edit that. I kind of like my girl's previous face, so I'm gonna just go back to it. But that's obviously an option for you guys to try if you're struggling. Then you've got skin details, where it can add details to your sim to make them look more realistic. So it's got like what's this called? Crow feet, I think it's called. Then you have like the lines on your forehead lines, different types of lines. Then you've got like smile lines. If you want to add that, you've got freckles. You can have beauty marks on the skin, or like moles and stuff. Some of them obviously come with the base game, and some of them come with packs as well. You can have just so many different skin details, like realistic like birthmarks and stuff like that. Birthmarks on the neck. Those are options that are there. And then obviously with custom content, you have way more skin details that you can add in your game as well. Then we've got teeth. Obviously you can change the teeth. And another thing with the teeth is, depending on the pack, there will be other options. I don't know who would ever use this, but it's there in case anyone wants to use it. And then we've got brow details, which give you like, so you can have scars on the face, for example, literally scars on the face. I love it though, because people do have scars like this in real life, so it's cool that the game has incorporated it, and it gives your sim some like a person, it's part of their identity kind of thing. Then we've got cheeks as well, more scars on the cheeks. You have eye scars as well. And then mouth details, mouth scars. These things come in handy when you have like a storyline where your sim's been like in a fight or been abused or something like that. If you come to the second option, there's hair. You can also click on the head, which will bring up hair as well. But the different hairstyles, obviously, I hate saying this, but yes, you get more with the more packs you have. I feel like I always say that, but it's true. It is what it is. But if you don't have base game, unfortunately, you won't have like some of these really nice maxis match hairs. And then we've got the different length: short, medium, long, and updo. Yeah, just trying different ones for the sake of it. They even have ones that have like head ties around them. I love it because people do have these kind of like head scarves and stuff on their heads as well. So it's very inclusive and diverse. That's one thing I love about the Sims game, is like it's very inclusive and they think about all types of people. But anyway, I'm going to just click on... Anyway, next thing down from here is hats. Obviously, hats is very self-explanatory. You just click on a hat. There's different types of hats as well. And then, yeah, obviously custom content is possible to have more variety and more realistic variety. under hats we have accessories where you have like piercings, you have earrings, you have glasses where you can have different glasses, you can have shades as well, you can have necklaces. The more packs, the more things, guys, as I keep saying. But that's with everything. The more packs you have, the more things you have with everything. So I'm going to exit the accessories. Then you have medical wearables. This is where I'm saying Sims are so inclusive, because you can have hearing aids, you can have just one ear or both ears. And then under accessories, you have makeup. So we have eye makeup, which is like eyeshadow. Then we have eyeliner, which some of them are very creative if you need to add that to your storyline, like maybe your Sims had a breakup or something because she's sad or something, I don't know. But yeah, you can always add the eyeliner. And then we've got under eyeliner, we've got eyelashes. These are the Sims eyelashes. Obviously you can get custom content ones which are better, but if you want to play Maxie's match kind of style, then these are the eyelashes you would go for. Then you've got the cheeks, which is just like blush and just these extra things for your creative side. If you have a reason to go for that look, you could just do it basically. Then we have lips, where we have the different lipsticks and lip glosses, which I would say very lightly lip glosses, because they're not really giving what you'd want them to give basically. But yeah, you can play around and see what kind of lipstick you want. Then you've got face paint, where you can have literally face paint. When you download custom content, some things pop up on face paint, like different eye colours, different things. Like you can make your Sim have like a highlight on her cheeks or her nose or something. So after the head, we've got eyebrows, different types of eyebrows here. And obviously you can just play around with it. I'll tell you how to play with it after, but we'll just... yeah, there's an option. Then we've got the ears over here. I can't say the word ears, so ears, whatever you call it, ears. And then we've got the eyes, different eyes. I usually don't really like the ones that have the black around them, because it has the black around them, literally. And if you want it to look realistic, you wouldn't have the black, some big thick black thing around your eye. But the funny thing is, yeah, the ones with the black things around them, to me, I feel like are the better looking eyes. I just wish they didn't have the black things around them. But yeah, anyway, there's obviously loads of different options for you to pick what you prefer. Then there's noses, different types of noses as well. You can just have a look through them. And then mouth. The lips that she has are my go-to lips. I love them. It's between this one and this one, which I showed you guys in my last video. I love those two. That's literally my it. And then there's others, obviously, which you can play with as well. Sometimes I switch it up and might do this one just for the sake of it or something. But you can also get custom lips as well. And then you've got chins, different types of chins. You have the jawline, which you have different jaws. And then you've got the cheeks as well, different types of cheeks. I'll just click it so you can see what the difference is. It actually does make a difference in the Sim's face. And then obviously we have the neck, where you can make it bigger or smaller. If you want to change the shape of anything, you just literally click on it. Whatever's highlighted, so as you can see, the side of the face was highlighted, that's what will change. So if you click on it, hold it down and drag it to the side or drag it to the other side, it will make it smaller or bigger. If you go up, it goes smaller. If you go down, it goes longer. So you can do that as well. If you wanted to do the eyebrows, for example, to move the front of the eyebrows, you click on the front of the eyebrows, literally, and it moves it up or down. If you want it longer, exactly where you are, same place, you just drag it forward or drag it backwards. And then we've got the middle of the brow, where you can lift up the brow and lift it down. And then we've got the corner of the brow, where it can lift up the corner and it can also drag it out as well. So keep that in mind, because if you're playing with eyebrows, you might start getting confused, thinking, why is things not going how you want them to go? But literally, there's a front, middle, and a back, I would say. And then we've got the eyes, which you can use the front part of the eyes to tilt the shape. You can use the middle part of the eyes to move it, and then the end part of the eyes to stretch it, make it bigger or smaller. Then we've got the nose, where you can lift the nose up and down. When it highlights there, I can't really explain it, but literally the middle of the eye will lift the nose up and down. Then you've got the actual half. Let me actually reset that nose, because yeah. So when you move it downwards, you can see that the highlighted part changes. So this is the main part of the nose where you can make it smaller or wider. And then if you was to go into detail edit mode, I should have showed you that with the eyes and the eyebrows. They also do extra things, so it's always worth playing around with them. With the eyes, you can make the pupil smaller or bigger by just clicking on it and dragging it. You can make the inner eye corner up or down. And then, like with the nose, for example, you can make this part of the nose smaller by just clicking it and dragging it, or make it bigger, whatever you want. And then also the outer side of the nose as well. So the difference is you can stretch the outside of the nose with this one, but with this one you can actually drag the whole nose. So yeah, you should keep that noted. If you guys are taking notes, great. If you're not, you should be, or you should try and at least note down these things, because there's a lot to learn and it could be a bit overwhelming, especially if you're just beginning. If you're literally a beginner in the game. With the detail edit mode, you can also edit more of the features. So you can edit like the cupid's bow if you want that in the lips. You can make the lips bigger, smaller, more defined, different shapes as well. You can do that with the chin, you can do that with the cheeks, the jaw, everything basically. And obviously the ears as well, you can drag them up, drag them out, drag them inwards, whatever you want. I think that's literally all that I can say about the upper part of the... Oh yeah, if your Sims face sideways, you can also drag their whole head forward or backwards, depending on how much, like, how 3D you want the face to look, basically. You can also drag the chin inwards from this angle and outwards from this angle. You can drag the lips out and in, same as the nose, same as the forehead. So that's that. Rightio. So she's obviously, her face is obviously ruined from when she came. She looked better when she got here. But I'm not really like doing a girl that's supposed to look sexy or anything. I'm just showing you how things work. So everything at the top's done. Hopefully you guys have understood everything. We're going to go to the main part of the body now. You can click on the neck or you can click on any part of the body. We've got body types where you can do the skin tone. I think I showed you guys the skin tones already. Then we have the different types of bodies, which you can also get custom bodies as well. But I don't have any custom content installed at the moment. You can change if you want us to be a big girl or a skinny girl. And then we've got the tattoos. You can make your own custom tattoos. I think that comes with business and hobbies. Pack. If you don't have the pack, then you can't make your own tattoos. You can just have the base game ones that already come with the game. You can also make your own as well, which I think that would be in a video for another day because it's too long to explain right now. But you go into paint mode, whatever you want to paint it, you can just literally click down and that will just be stamped there. Or you can pick a different types of objects. You can create your own, but like I said, I'm not going to go into that for this video. Then we've got obviously the different parts of the body where the tattoo can go on. So you can be on your head, in the face. You can have a chest one, you can have a stomach one, you can have upper back, lower back, legs, arms, all of that stuff. Then we've got the hair, because you can have hair on the arms. It's very realistic. And then you can also have hair on your Sim's chest, or torso. You can have hair on their back, you can have hair on their legs, and you can have body scars as well. So this is the only one that's in the game, but you can also get some from custom content as well. You can have different types of things going on, body marks and stuff, stretch marks, just everything. It's very real. That's what I love about it. Obviously there's medical wearables as well. I think this is for people that have like diabetes and stuff. If you want your Sim to have that medical conditions. You can go to styled looks, which is if you can't be bothered to change your Sim style yourself, where obviously depending on the packs you have more stuff, but yeah, if you keep going, you can keep going forever and ever and ever. And then if you pick a style that you're happy with and you want to just put it on the Sim, all you got to do is try the style, and then your Sim will be wearing exactly what's over here. Let's do this one. So, and it also it actually does do the makeup as well. So as you can see, it's done her makeup. The only thing that stays the same is the hair, but it changes the outfit and everything. If you feel like you like the skirt but you don't like the top, you can change that here. You can change whatever individual things you want to change here. Obviously, this is tops. There's different types of tops. Then you've got bottoms, different types of bottoms. You've got full body, which comes with different types of full body as well. And then you've got accessories, where you like different types of accessories, bracelets, gloves, rings. You can have nails as well, toenails, leggings, socks. Then you have shoes, different types of shoes. I like that they give you categories, because if you just want slippers, for example, you're not going to go and have to look through everything just to get to where you need to get to, kind of thing. But that's basically it in terms of clothes. You can just play around with it and just pick what you want for your sim depending on their style and whatnot. Then we've got this section up here, which is for different categories of outfits. So if you want an everyday outfit, this is what your sim's going to wear every day. Like, they'll have a shower, wake up and change into one of these outfits. You can add more by clicking on here. You can delete it by removing it, and you can only remove one that you're not on. And then obviously formal, there's athletic, sleep, party, swimwear, hot weather, cold weather. What I would recommend, if you have seasons, definitely do the cold weather and hot weather, because your sim will change into them, and then you'll see them in this random outfit and you're thinking, what the hell? So those two are important if you have seasons. But everyone else, if you don't have seasons, just obviously try to do at least one outfit per category, because you will at some point see your sim in them, and you may be upset with the outfits that they're wearing if you don't like them. So another thing you can do, I just clicked on a random full body, is you can go in filters and filter down what you want depending on the packs you have. I don't have any kits because I don't really play with kits, but if you had kits, you would have them. The reason I don't have kits though is because I have custom content. I'd rather have custom content than download unnecessary kits when I don't really need them. Do you get it? Oh, I thought I had Home Chef hostels. I need to get that. That's sad. What else, guys? So yeah, different packs. And then you have different content. If you had custom content, it would show up here saying custom content, purchased or locked content, and then special events rewards, where sometimes you get like certain rewards from events if you do them successfully. Then you have style, and it will give you the certain style. If you want a sporty kind of look, you just click sporty, and then it will give you the sporty outfit. And then we've got the fashion choice feminine, obviously because she's female. You could do masculine as well. And sometimes your feminine sim can wear masculine clothes too, like this, for example. And then we've got the outfit categories, which will say, for example, you're in formal, but you don't want a formal, so you can just untick it like I've done, like here. If you want formal, you just tick formal, and then it'll bring up formal. But some things conflict with each other, like it can't be sporty and formal, so you have to untick sporty for formal things to come up, basically. But yeah, it's good to play around with that sometimes as well. You can have different material. If you want silk, you can find silk outfits. If you're feeling denim, you can find denim. You can also click on multiple ones and it'll bring up different ones, just in case you have a certain amount of materials that you want to look at. And then colours, obviously, is very self-explanatory. Just click on the colours that you're feeling for, and then it'll bring up outfits in that colour. So that's that. You can also do the filter thing with everything. With hair, you can filter hair. You can filter accessories. Forgot to show you all of that as well. But yeah, the last thing, I feel like I've shown you everything now apart from the body types. So obviously I showed you the body shapes, but you can also add some weight on your sim if you want to, and you can make them more fitter if you want to. Obviously, depending on the body shape that you've chosen, it will affect how the body looks. So for example, this one's like very skinny. If I went to a fat one, I can like make it smaller, but it will still not look the same as if I picked this one, for example, because it's right here in the middle, and this is how it looks. Then if I pick the fat one and I put it in the middle, it's not the same as this one in the middle. So yeah, anyway, hopefully that makes sense. But that's about it, guys. Everything you learnt here, you can learn if you're just creating a sim with custom content. It's the same stuff. So you'll have hats that are custom, and you'll just click on the custom content hat. You'll have hair that's custom, you just click on the custom content hat and hair. So it's the same thing basically. So there's no point in me doing another video on that. But another thing I forgot to mention is that you can also change the size of the body, certain parts of the body. You can make the belly go in or out. You can make the boobs bigger. I like to do it from the side so you can actually see it like properly, but you can also do it from the front view as well if you want to. You can just like go left or right on your, like literally click it and go left or right, move left or right. You can change the shoulder width. You can change the size of the arms, same as the thighs, same as the hips, same as the bum. You can do it like whatever angle you want. You can do it from this way and just literally click it, go left or right. Or you can do it from the side view and then just go in or out. But that's it, guys. I really hope that I have covered everything. If you have any questions, let me know. That now that you've watched this video, you should be able to create a sim. And I am going to quiz you guys. So I'm going to give you some questions to see if anyone's been paying attention to the video. And let's see how much you know.